Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
What if that guy did this to your car?
What guy? The clown? You really think someone slashed my tires?
Well, he knows this is your car. He saw us getting into it earlier.
Hey, handsome! Cut it out. My friend wants your number.
Kill you.
What is it, Tara?
Dawn and I are sort of stranded. She has a flat tire and no spare, and I was kind of hoping you could pick us up.
We are not safe here. This guy is armed and he's a total maniac.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another movie review. This time we're going to be talking about Terrifier.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What, did you think he was gonna hack me up into little pieces or something?
And Terrifier is actually based on a short film, or a couple short films actually. They're actually on a set called anthology set called All Hallows Eve, which you can buy on Amazon as well. But yeah, this is sort of like a spin-off of that film. It was shown at a film festival actually a couple of years ago, and it was picked up by Dread Central, and also in part distributed by Epic Pictures. And just recently had a release just this past year, not too long ago. I pre-ordered my copy, got it a couple weeks ago, of course on Blu-ray. So it's directed by Damien Leone and stars David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown, who we'll talk about in a second, as well as Jenna Kennel and Catherine Cochran. I'll admit I haven't seen the shorts, but I'm definitely ordering that set now because I really want to see more of this guy. Art the Clown, I mean. But I seen a post about it on Facebook, and I love horror films. My kind of main passions are TV and horror, really. I mean, and films in general, of course, but TV and horror especially are, just my main interest for sure. And I love to do whatever I can to support, anything that comes out. Especially when it's like independent filmmakers. I just love to, get into it and just really, again, do what I can to support and just enjoy what people are putting out that are just made of just passion and interest in this type of story. But yeah, Terrifier. Like I said, I haven't seen the shorts. But this film, it's basically about this mysterious, very odd killer, Art the Clown, just stalking these girls on a random night. And that's basically the premise. There's not much more to it than that. It doesn't really try to be more than that. What this film really is a throwback to like your 80s slasher flicks. And I have no issue with that. I love my slashers, for sure. Now, like, one of the main quotes on this, let's see, from Farsighted is, makes Pennywise look like Krusty. I'm not going to go off and, try to compare this to It or anything like that, but I think Art the Clown is a really successful horror figure of his own. Again, making me even just want to buy the set to see a little bit more of him. He's definitely more of a slasher than, like, say, Pennywise, who's a little bit more of like a supernatural entity, I guess you could say. Which Art, he's not just, there seems to be more to him too, it's hard to explain. But he definitely operates, more like a slasher, maniac kind of guy. And he was really successful, just as a horror figure, I think. I hope they keep making films with this character, because I really, maybe I'm not supposed to, but yeah, as a horror fan, I enjoy watching him. I'm not going to apologize for that. He's just very creepy, At first, I wasn't sure what to make of it, but there's just a lot of there's suspense that goes into building this guy up, but there's also just this old school way of doing it, and it's really subtle at first, because the first couple scenes you see him and he's just kind of walking along, and then eventually he just ends up sitting just a few feet away from our two girls, and just sort of staring at them and making random faces. It's just creepy and eerie as fuck. But then he just snaps at certain points, and he just there's some pretty brutal kills in this movie, which I appreciated a lot. Pretty much everything I know of in this movie is practical effects, which is really cool. There's also some pretty good behind the scenes features on this, which my girlfriend and I watched. I think she enjoyed this more than she thought she would too, so that's another thing. But yeah, the inside of this is also pretty cool. Some kind of cool discs here. It also has like another kind of slip cover type thing on the back, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there is some brutal kills in this movie. It doesn't really hold back with the violence that you would see, from such examples. I probably didn't word that right, but you know what I mean. So let me fix that real quick, if I can. There we go. Alright. Yeah, like even his face, it's not just, paint on some guy's face. There's actually a layer of stuff that goes into it as well, which I found really cool. Like all the blood and everything, like I said, is practical as well. Even some of the bigger, more violent effects, it's all done in some, capacity without, computers being used, at least very little. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. It's very basic, it's very simple, but really succeeded without trying to be anything more than, what it said it is. And yeah, it is it scary? Well, it's hard for me to say, because I've seen so many horror films over the past life, I guess. That's rare when things really scare me anymore. But if a film can make me feel any sense of unease or nervousness, even just a bit, I think it's a decent sign. And there's definitely moments of that here. Like I said, there's definitely some creepy and eerie scenes. But as a horror fan, if you like characters like Freddy, like Jason, all the others, I think you can really get a kick out of watching Art. He's very slick, he's clever as well, and really methodical with the way he stalks these girls. And the actresses in the movie playing our two teenagers, they're fine. They don't really stick out as final girls or anything like that. But I would say the main actress, or the main two, I should say, Let me see if I can find the names. Just hold on for a second. Yeah, Jenna Kennel, who played, sorry, I lost it. Alright, who played Tara. And then, also who played her sister. I'm not sure if I can find her right now. Might have been Victoria. But yeah, her sister in the movie who, you know, shows up to pick her up. They both did a fine job. You know, I feel like there could have been more blind actresses for this, but the humans, or I mean the regular people, aren't really the point of this. And it mixes in like genuine creepiness, like I said, but there's also some like lighter kind of like black humor moments as well with art, which I liked quite a bit. There's even things like him riding around on a little bicycle. Just randomly out of nowhere that we laughed out loud at too. And like I say, he's pretty slick, he's pretty clever, he also has a gun, you know, in his angle. You know, I like the way he aims at and kind of moves with it. He really picks his shots to, you know, get the advantage in the situation. And there's something else I also really liked about this film is kind of the ending. Because, okay, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. But definitely recommend watching if you're a fan of slasher flicks, and you know, check out the trailer too, which I played in this video if that's all right. But yeah, you know, it goes in a direction that you might not think, or at least Tara ends up being killed, you know, which is kind of surprising. If she ends up being shot, then kind of repeatedly shot in the face, and then you have her friend, the blonde, who's a little bit more kind of, you're not really smartest. You know, she ends up being cut in half, literally, which is really brutal. You see the intestines come out and stuff like that. And yeah, pretty much everyone dies except you know, a couple here and there, and then yeah, this janitor working there, who ends up trying to help out, except he's kind of unaware of things for a you know, decent while. He ends up getting his head bashed in by Art's foot. And you have this lady who's been living in this abandoned building that they're at in the movie. And her and Art have a very weird kind of mother-daughter, why am I saying mother-daughter, mother-son moment, and Art starts sucking his thumb and stuff like that, but he ends up removing her chest, as well as her hair, and wearing that around, which is also kind of weird, but oddly entertaining to watch. And then you have Ari. We actually see that he's somewhat cannibalistic as well, because he starts eating the sister towards the end before the cops finally show up. And he pulls out the gun again. You think he's going to fire on the cops, which I thought he was going to do, and then flee or something. But no, he basically shoots himself, you know, which I can, you know, respect. You know, he's doing what he does and, you know, getting away with it in his own way before sending himself off. At least it's entertaining in this, you know, kind of story anyway. But then we get a sense that Art has to be some kind of supernatural force himself, because he does come back. You know, he comes to again, you know, when he's in the morgue and everything like that. So I like that ending as well, and I just really appreciated that they killed off characters who probably wouldn't survive a thing like this. Like I thought throughout the movie, it's just going to be Art stalking Tara and her friend, but no, they both ended up getting killed, which I thought made sense. Although I did feel semi-bad for Tara. But still, I like when slashers and, you know, horror movies do play a little more realistically sometimes, whether you like the characters or not. And Terrifier is definitely one of those. But yeah, so yeah, I like this film quite a bit. You know, okay, it's not like the, you know, it doesn't really have an engaging story. You know, there's not much of a story. And the actresses, they did a fine job, but, you know, they're not really that memorable, maybe. But I thought they definitely did better than some would have. But what really sticks out is Art here. It all hinged on him, and I think he definitely succeeded. It's making me wanting to watch those shorts. I'm going to order like I said, the DVD of those. And I hope we get a sequel to Terrifier itself, because seeing it him in a feature length, I think is definitely worth it. I was surprised. Art is the kind of thing I want to see. I've talked about it before. And we just don't have enough like original, killers or original horror characters nowadays. They're all remakes. I know there have been killers like Art before, but it just feels good that they're trying to do something different. He's basically this clown mime kind of thing too, so he sticks in your mind even without saying a damn thing. Easily could have just been like a maniacal clown laughing and everything, which would have been okay too, but the fact that he's more of like a mime type of thing, kind of adds to, with his unique mannerisms and everything like that. But yeah, if I had to rate this movie, it's hard to say right now, but I'm giving it a B+. I liked it quite a bit more than I thought I would. I'm definitely happy to have pre-ordered it. And another thing, Terror Threads, they have a lot of, custom and original artwork, on different t-shirts for, a ton of different horror movies. They also do posters and, pins and things like that. They have a line for Art the Clown right now, which I definitely recommend checking out. I've gotten shirts from them before, especially the Saskas, and they really have some sweet looking designs. So check out Terror Threads if you want. But yeah, so follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.